Hairspray debuted at the Neil Simon Theatre on August 15, 2002. It was directed by Jack O'Brien, choreographed by Jerry Mitchell, and originally starred Marissa Winokur, Matthew Morrison, Laura Bell Bundy. Wait, what am I doing? Roll it! When I'm rewatching this video a few months from now, I mean, everything will have worked out and it will have been an amazing show, but at this point in time, and I'm documenting it for that reason, I'm really scared, and I mean, we'll just have to sort of wait and see what happens. It was really important to me to make this documentary, not only for my castmates and my directors, but also for my family and my friends, and maybe anyone who's interested in doing a musical in the future. To really show what goes on behind the scenes and the weird stuff that we do and how much fun we have. And I feel like it's really cool to sort of look back later and, know that we've dedicated 3 months of our lives to doing this. And I've worked really hard on it, so enjoy. Early on in the rehearsal process, we go through a lot of things like rules and scheduling and general pep talks from the directors. We have time to do homework, take a nap, and generally goof off and have fun with each other. And while most people think it's all fun and games, it's not necessarily true. Almost every cast member is really passionate about singing, which is good because it's a huge component to any musical. And while the music in Hairspray is really fun, it's also pretty difficult. I found it really hard to hold my own on all the harmonies this year. And while I wasn't usually the one dancing, the choreography this year was crazy. And if I do say so myself, we made it look crazy good. This is what the show looks like in early February while we're still rehearsing in the chorus room singing to the soundtrack. And we transform it into this amazing show once we've mastered the dance moves and memorized our notes and added together a million components, like the actual auditorium and the set and the costumes and the mics. It may take a few months to be ready, but it is totally, completely worth it.
My name is Andrew Lincoln, and I am an alumni of Broadneck High School. I graduated from here in 2005, and I'm now currently music directing for Hairspray, the 2013 spring musical. This is the 4th year in a row that I've done this, and probably the main reason why I keep coming back is because I always did shows here at Broadneck and I did shows in the community, so it's a program that I really believe in. It helped to shape who I am, and I know a lot of my friends will testify to sort of the same thing, that it really shaped who they are as musicians and dancers and actors, as well as just people in general. It really creates a great environment to practice work ethic and practice stamina, and you work as a team. You learn how to cooperate together, and yeah, it helps you to learn how to build teamwork. Hairspray is a great show, I think, because first and foremost, it takes place in this area. It takes place in Baltimore, and we are a part of the Baltimore metropolitan area. And it's a really, I don't know, I think it's a really fun story for schools in the Baltimore area to do, because integration is such a huge, unique history, or a unique aspect of America's history that a lot of other countries don't have. And so it's a very important story to tell, and this is sort of Maryland's, I wouldn't say most famous, but on a more popular cultural scale, this is one of the most famous stories. And so it's really cool to let the kids in this area, the kids of Maryland, the kids of the Baltimore area, to tell this story over and over again, tell Maryland's piece of the integration history in America. And I also love it because I love Maryland. I was raised here, grew up here my entire life, and we have the greatest people in the world here. Greatest food, greatest music, greatest accent, greatest everything. I love the Chesapeake Bay.
What? You're the clip of the day tomorrow.
Do you want to interview me?
I am Pablo Escobosa. I am a 12th grader, and I am Cory Collins.
And when you first got the role, how'd you feel?
I was really happy because Cole and I had a bit of a competition over it, and I won the competition. And like I didn't want to rub it in his face, but I was really happy. I was just happy. Just happy it all worked out.
Yeah. How did you feel when you first found out?
I was surprised. I mean, it was a very big and competitive group of people, and they're all so talented. I didn't know if I could even live up to, you know, the legends like Paige, Miller, and all those people that have gone before me. So it's kind of intimidating, but I'm giving it my best shot. So we'll see.
I was pretty happy because they called me and they were like, "Hey, Yusuf, how would you like to play Seaweed?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I was pretty stoked.
I was very excited because Patty's my favorite character in Hairspray. So yeah, I was very excited.
When you first found out you were in Hairspray, how did you feel?
I cried.
Did you really?
No. I was happy. I was really excited. I knew it was going to be a little difficult with swim team, but we worked it out, and I'm really excited.
Weird, because I am a man.
Oh, I was surprised because it was my first time being in a musical, but I was excited.
The very first thing earlier in the day, I had talked to my grandfather. I went over to his house and then told him like, "Hey, Grandpa, I might be getting the lead role. I'm not exactly sure, but I think I got a pretty good shot." And the second they called and they gave me the call, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" freaking out and going crazy, like just in ultra ecstatic. And then the first person that had called was my grandfather, and I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, so I was like so excited.
Get ready, Baltimore. There's a bright brand new day in store. Let me out so this dream's unfurled. I'll eat some breakfast and change the world. And I promise Baltimore, once I cha-cha right out of that door, the world's gonna wake up and Things in love with me.
One of the cool traditions we have at Broadneck is doing a teaser 4th period the Friday after opening night, where teachers can bring their students down to the auditorium and get a taste for what the show looks like. Then we basically hang out and try really hard to procrastinate going back to class. It's now opening night.
It is.
How are you feeling?
You know, I'm excited, but I'm also pretty nervous. Like, probably gonna be on fans, but it's okay. Yeah, I feel really good about it. I think it's gonna come together.
I'm going to pee myself.
That's what Madison said.
Yeah, so.
Like mother, like daughter.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
So it's opening night.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
Pretty stoked. Got little butterflies floating around inside my belly.
Opening night. It's exciting. It's like nerve-wracking a little bit. Opening night's always like really exciting, but you're always scared like what happens if something goes wrong. So I think it's the second best show because like the last show's always the best. Because you know we're like pros and we're like, it's almost over.
Feeling great. Not nervous at all. Ready to look like a Barbie doll.
How are you feeling about opening night? And talk loud because there's a speaker in the background.
I am really psyched.
Honestly, Hunter, honestly.
I'm nervous, but I think it'll turn out right. There's a verse in the Bible that I keep on thinking about, and it's in Joshua, and he says that I'll place every foot place in front of you, just as I did for Moses. So kind of relying on that one. So.
How was opening night?
One second, I had to compose myself. Have you ever seen a train wreck that then exploded? Because that's what it would be, but it was full of energy and it looked great.
So how do you think opening night went? Honestly.
I honestly think that opening night went really well. I think it was a lot of fun. I think you guys improv'd well because there were a couple of spots that were a little messy, but all in all, I think it was really good. The thing that I kept saying is that at this point, last year with Little Shop, we still had 2 weeks to go. So I think Little Shop on opening night was more polished, but this show is just a lot of fun, and I think the nature of this show kind of lends itself to have moments where you kind of, I don't know, sort of, I don't want to say mess up because that has more of a negative connotation than I want to give off, but when you just sort of, when there's just little like flops, and that's fine. So I think it went really, really well, and you know, I think the things that we noticed that were just minor, the audience didn't notice. It was only the really big things that really people were like, what's going on?
My name is Vanessa Pearson. I'm the choreographer. This is our 4th year, well, my 4th year teaching at Broadneck. What I like about doing this is getting to know the kids and being able to work with them and find out little bits and pieces about their personal lives and how well they do in school and things like that, but also getting to share my love of dance with people who otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to learn it. And I love Hairspray because it's a really high energy show, it's fun to do, it's fun to watch, and it's just a lot of fun to be a part of.
And you said that you hadn't seen the show completely before opening night, so how did you think opening night went in general?
I thought it went really well. All things considered, with all of the tech problems and the little hiccups, I thought it went great. The challenge for what we've done is that we've had such a limited amount of time, which is difficult for even professional theater companies to pull together. So the fact that you guys have done it and have produced a great product is really impressive.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
How's opening night?
It was really good and exciting.
Are you excited for tonight?
Yes, because it's a full house.
I love Hairspray.
How was opening night?
It was rocky, but I think we sold it. And then it was good.
How are you feeling about tonight?
I'm good. I'm just a little sleepy.
Oh my God, you're so good.
Oh my goodness. That was
Live television, there's nothing like it.
There's nothing like it.
So we had some bunches and nobody knew except for that one in what that song?
Without Love?
Without Love, the band stopped playing.
How's opening night?
I mean, for the first time this entire show, I got on my lines.
That's good.
So I hope that this show can live up to the last.
You're with me in this. Hey. So, yes, hopefully tonight will be an improvement from last night.
What are you talking about? Last night was perfect.
It's okay.
Oh, what a night. What a night it was. It was so surprising. I feel like all the things that we worked for didn't go as well as planned, but we just improvised and made it the best it could be.
It was something to remember, I'll say that. It was not what we expected. A lot of things went wrong, but in all honesty, I had a great time and it's going to be a show I'll always remember.
I think it went pretty awesome for everything that happened. That was pretty awesome. I think we pushed through everything pretty well.
So, how was opening night?
Sucked.
Any elaboration?
It sucked. Sucked.
No, I thought it was pretty good. Except for everything. Besides
everything.
All right. Besides everything, besides the show, it was awesome.
Okay.
I think.
Solid.
No, I think we pushed through. We had a good audience, and they loved it for the most part. I think we pushed through everything. Stage 7.
Stage 7.
I think it was good. It went well.
All right.
And I think it's only going to get better.
I feel like it went so well. I don't think it could have possibly gone any better. I think everyone did perfectly, and it was awesome.
Lip noodle.
Just down. Just
Before every show, we did something called an energy circle, where we all stood in a huge circle, held hands, closed our eyes, and at least tried to stay quiet. One person starts it by squeezing the hand of the person next to them, and it goes all the way around the circle until the last person screams or otherwise makes some weird noise, and we all scream and run in. Another huge part of getting ready for any show is hair and makeup. And what was funny about this year is that most of the guys took longer than the girls to do theirs, especially the council boys.
Hi, I'm Emily Cory and I direct the musicals at Broadneck. I've been doing it this was our 4th year, but I came in during pajama games, so actually like 4.5. I love doing it for so many reasons, but I studied acting in college and performed for a long time, so I'm extraordinarily passionate about theater. I did do musical theater for a long time, so I do love that, but acting, and specifically acting, is kind of where my strengths are. And then the other side of that is that I love teaching and I love kids, and it's really neat to see high schoolers transform. Theater for me was such a big deal because it increased my confidence and my social skills, and so my favorite part about doing the musicals is when you see someone freshman or sophomore year who maybe is very talented but doesn't have anyone telling them that, and maybe doesn't have a lot of confidence, and then what we can do in a year, 2, 3, sometimes 4 is you see them transform in front of your eyes. Like, you just see them come into their own. And so that for me is probably the most rewarding part about doing the musicals at Broadneck. Hairspray is it's cool because it's set in Baltimore. We wanted to do it for 4 years. It's a fun musical, a lot of dancing, a lot of energy. It was my favorite movie growing up. My sister and I, every summer at the beach, we had a copy of the VHS, the original one with Ricky Lake. And I think that Link was my very first crush that I can remember. I loved him. And the movie is just so hilarious. And then when they turned it into a musical, I mean, it's set in Baltimore. It comes from a story just around here. It's really inspiring. And tolerance is something that we teach way before we did Hairspray. You know, our rules of actors don't give other actors notes and no negativity, and just staying positive and accepting each individual for who they are and the choices that they make as an actor is something we've been so adamant about from the beginning, and then to have a show that is all about that was really neat.
And now a random compilation of clips during rehearsals and before, after, during, and in between shows.
Sending out in SOS, sending out in SOS. Oh! You're just pushing into it. It just goes on forever.
This is so awkward.
I have so many videos of that face.
I don't know.
Here we have the native Adam Kikaris staring on, looking for prey. He's not natural to this habitat, but migrated because of poor weather patterns.
He can't run, he only kicks things.
Dr. Goose at its finest.
What is love?
They manhandle me all the time.
I'm a star!
Oh, that's awkward.
Kitty, use the padding. What do you want? Hey, Act 1 is going really, really good, and Act 2 is going to be even better.
Because we went through shopping.
Yeah.
I found a sweet pair of moccasins. Got a panini maker. I got.
You do not buy a panini maker.
I got a jacket.
My piece fell!
Oh my god, it's terrifying!
Hi. Hi. Is it on now?
Yeah.
How am I?
Yes.
I am lovely. I am being sprayed in the head with some hairspray. How am I? Mixing everyone. Hairspray!
What if I burped in the middle of that? Mariel burped in Adeline's face on stage last night. How'd the show go?
Awesome!
Awesome!
F up.
Did you have a cat in the bed?
No.
how to get naked in public.
Do something interesting.
People weren't all cutting lines. We wouldn't have to leave it back.
Whoa! What is that on your face?
There's a mole! It's my mole. Now they put it on me. I don't like you zooming in like that.
Oh, quiet down! When you say a few words, to remember that act.
Hand in my mouth.
That's when you're talking when I want your attention.
Put your hands in my mouth.
Yeah, and it got your attention.
It also got me like pneumonia.
Good.
Not good. Where have your hands been? Wash your hands.
Hold on.
Juice boxes.
We have trapped the Abigail Coale and forced her to interview.
You're trapping me. Why are you trapping me?
What are you doing, Abby?
I'm getting a beverage with ice in it.
Cool girl.
Sunny D comes
which
in
used
2
to be
liter
known
bottles.
as Sunny Delight. It also comes in cans. What animal is that?
It's a giraffe.
A fish? That's a fish?
It's a giraffe. It's a fish.
It's a drowning fish.
That's what fish think they're. That's what fish think they're doing, but they're not. You ready?
Andrew wants to get What the heck? Why do you do that?
I don't know how to dance.
You guys know now cross your arms!
Nailed it. That's how we do it.
You can't be sexy, stop trying.
You know, Abby, that just hurts. Look at this picture of me and Andrew.
Just want to say that I love you, Abby.
Oh, you know. So, like, how you think this be going?
I think this is going amazing. See, the first night we was all a little nervous, see, but then the second night we were like, damn, I got it. And now, you know, we about to just give it up. I'm gonna cry.
Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy.
I'm gonna get him.
Anyway, right
I should just go through doing interpretive dancing. Do it. When it picks up. Yusuf, how? How does that happen?
I know I'm not gonna have anything but Hairspray songs in my head for the next month. Thank you.
I'm gonna have nothing but Hairspray in my head for the next month.
I don't have to worry
It's
about
like
that.
it's like a rock. Like I could probably catch fish with my hair right now. So
Look at it, it's so shiny. Like, it's gold.
separate but equal.
Oh, boy.
Dude, no.
why we can't have nice things.
This is why we can't have nice things. They destroy them with the frisbee.
There's a ball up there!
Hacky sack got stuck. Hacky sack. Hacky sack.
Sackety hacky.
That sucks. That is so unfortunate. That's hilarious.
This is a tragedy. I'm gonna cry.
Let's get sexy.
It's probably so dusty.
Please bow your heads. Bow your heads. Ladies and gentlemen, we need you to bow your heads. Solemnly. How sweet the sound that sang a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see.
For the record, I'm pretty sure we were singing for the hacky sack. So there's that.
It was my first time sacking with that hacky sack, and I'm just gonna miss it. We will save it. We can save it.
Would you like to say a few words about the hacky sack, Thomas? I would take them as words.
Hope. And do you know what that hope is named? Crystal!
Resurrected.
Hang on, guys.
Oh, guys, get the water.
The holy water. The holy water.
Is that an Egyptian thing?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It's an in the name of the Father. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Foot.
One of my absolute favorite traditions is called Friday Fridays, where we go to TGI Fridays after the Friday night show. And this is what happens.
Hey! We almost died on the front. Would you like to explain what happened?
Okay, so we were in the car, right? You know, normally we were riding a horse. So we were like on the highway, and there was this like van with like a Broadneck stick on the back, and we were just going along, and then like the thing went on, like the turn signal, and it was just like I was just in our lane, and then all was like speed up. So we sped up, and then it went in our lane again, and so of course we were like doing this, and I was so scared because we almost died. We never figured out who it was.
whoever's like watching the documentary is like, that was me.
Yeah, no, if you're out there, we're gonna go confront them because we found out who it was. And it was Cole McCarran.
Okay, wait, we gotta find them though.
We're like the only. Why not?
It was you.
What?
Say Apoya.
You drove around
Apoya.
like a lunatic.
Hey, I got a couple words for you. 3 syllables. G's M Crow.
Since when do you drive a minivan?
No, it's not a minivan.
It's a man van.
Since he spends
Papa Bear.
Okay, well, it was really entertaining.
When I don't have the Ghetto-mobile around me.
Can you just
I have
admit
Papa
to the
Bear.
camera
He's got
that
Papa
it
Bear.
was you?
No. See, here's the thing. He's got Papa Bear. That's his big, old, vaguely gross minivan. I've got the Blue Bomber, which is my steadily aging blue Buick.
I thought it was
David's
like
got the White
equal.
Stallion, which is a Camry with an unexplainable spoiler.
So usually we all get to sit at one giant table, but it is a Friday night, so it's really busy. We usually get like an entire section like just for ourselves, but like everyone's kind of segregated. It's really sad, but usually this tradition is really awesome.
2,
and we
4,
all
6,
get to
8. He's got it integrate.
Yeah. Stop segregating us.
Get the hairspray thing, and then I told him to
All the cheese.
I told him homemade wings. I'm the best way to
Bam!
Flash mob, what's the consensus about what you guys want?
Feeling the way I always do. Hungry for something that I can eat. I hear that beat, the rhythm of town is calling me down. It's like a message from high above. Pulling me out to the smiles and the streets that I love. Good morning, Baltimore. Good morning, Baltimore. See, for my life to start. Good morning, waiting for my life to start. I love you, Baltimore. It's like it up and up. Fantasy. Every sounds like a symphony. Good morning, Baltimore. And today when I take you to the road, gotta wake up and see. There's more or less we all agree. Someday the world is gonna see.
Alright, so we're an hour away from Senior Circle, which is a tradition that we've been doing for a long time. The last night of the show, all the seniors get in the middle of this huge, our huge prep circle and just say a few words and thank whoever they need to thank and probably cry. So I'm just sort of mentally preparing myself for it. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I haven't been too emotional today. It's one of those things that I know it's going to hit me like tomorrow and I'll be totally a mess. But I don't know. I'm hoping that I can keep myself together, and I'm really excited to see what everyone else has to say. But yeah. The final prayer circle is something that's been around for years, where all the seniors get an opportunity to stand in the middle of the circle and say whatever they want to. We usually have a stack of tissues in the middle because it can get pretty emotional.
The final prayer circle. The reason why we're starting it now is because people like to take their time and say all the things they want to say, especially the seniors. So we'll just go around in no particular order, whoever just wants to go first, and then the next person just say, I want to go.
Flesh is happy to present some fine young people.
Our big break.
Oh my god.
my line, Nick.
Oh, I'm so sweaty. You guys are some really talented people, and I just think like whatever production you guys do in the future, yes.
Just how I felt like it really brought me closer together to everyone, not just in the activity, but with everything else.
Oh.
how I sent the video to someone in Hungary, and they said that we are lucky to have this opportunity. We are. I mean, not many places get to do this. So, and thank you all for allowing us to have that.
Don't believe that. You had best believe me. Never leave me without hope.
Caleb was going back to school, and I didn't want to ride the bus home. I was like, Caleb, where are you going? He's like, my mom's making me try out for West Side Story. And I'm like, all right.
The only reason I'm standing here right now, we were at Disney World last year, and they were telling me stories about Little Shop and how much fun it was. And Cole made me promise on video that I would try out for the musical this year. So every single day past that moment, he was bribing me with that video, telling me that I had to try out for this one. So I just want to shout out for him and thank you for that.
I was in marching band for all 4 years.
Yeah, you were.
I've been here. And they pretty much became my family. But it definitely took a lot longer than you guys to become my family, because like I definitely feel like I meshed a lot better with you guys. Really special stuff.
Okay, can I stand here so that I can see all of you?
Yeah. Whatever you want.
Actually, make sure
Start orbiting.
Can't see me.
Start orbiting.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'll show back. Okay. You make your friends based on people that you're similar to. And when you're in something like musical, you make friends based on like, because you're all here together because you love music. So like Paige is over here crying her eyes out, like, and Emma Hookie, she lives in my neighborhood. I never knew her before.
Because I just sit down, because there was like that one dance where she was like, you should be in Miss Baltimore Crabs. And I'm like, is that the one where everybody dances and we hold Kathleen? And they were like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna sit over here and watch them. I never got up.
I've done this for 3 years, and for 3 years I've waited to, well not waited, actually dreaded, because I knew that this moment was really special. And it is just like, the freshmen like do this, you know, for your next 4 years, because it is the best experience. It is the best thing that I've ever done.
All right, you're beautiful. Let's talk about feelings, guys.
Thank you, Camp Counselor Dave.
All right. So coming into freshman year, I really didn't have many friends. I didn't, and then the hell, no boy. And then I have mascara. And then one day on the bus, Cole and Caleb were going to his house. And
We're all first together with Katie, and we tried it on a whim. We're like, sure, we'll do it. Everyone told us, you're not going to make it, you're freshman. And we both made it. And it was literally the best thing we ever did. Because I don't know where I would be now. I don't know where I would be now without all of you, because all of you are like my best friends. I've met almost all of the people I consider my best friends I met here. And I don't know where I would be without you guys.
Like, I was really shy when I first came here because I moved. So I...
If my fake eyelashes fall off, I'm gonna be so bad.
I mean, this has just been a great experience for me, and I'm really happy that I did it. And Emily, you really like made a big impression on me, because like before I came in here, I wasn't really confident in myself, and you really helped me bring up my confidence, and I really appreciate that.
Kathleen said that I was a loser for not auditioning. You are not true, because I was busy doing the completely wrong thing with my life. I always chose to dance over everything, and like you guys are like so much better than anybody I ever met in my entire life. Because when I was there, they would always shoot me down, and they never really gave me confidence like you guys. I remember, I don't need this one, but you and a bunch of other underclassmen told me that I was their favorite senior, and it was the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me, ever. I've never been the favorite of anyone except my mom.
I just have met so many people and just experienced so many things, and it's so weird to think that I'm not going to come back to be in the show. And there's just so many people that like have affected my life so much. Guys, I hated Shelby so much.
Really allowed me to be, I don't know, brought out my confidence. I like, if you guys don't really know me, but I don't really hang out with a lot of people. I just am like so focused on football and academics that really I just sit at home and hang out in the basement. And then with just everyone in the cast just brought me out and allowed me to just be with each other and be happy and more outgoing.
Yes, thank you. I sang the song that I made up. It's really stupid. And it's so cute. And they thought it was really funny, and they called me the moment I stepped into the shower butt naked. Butt naked. And I was like, this is not a good time. And they're like, oh yeah, we just wanted to know if you'd like 3 parts in the musical review. Okay. Write the theme song, right? Yeah. They asked, I told them that I'd write a song because they really liked the song that I wrote them. I titled this song. This song is not creepy at all because it's completely hypothetical.
Okay.
I'm like, I hope it's worth the wait. It is. It totally is. You know me far too well to know I'm not a stalker. I don't do things that are disturbing because I'm not creepy. But your beauty's like no other. We're meant for each other. So I'm just speculating hypothetically. If I were a stalker, you'd be my first victim. I'd make dolls out of your skin tissue. I'd Photoshop to the pictures on your Facebook album. If I were a stalker, I'd stalk the hell out of you.
I just want to set this clip up really quick. David, who had gone earlier in senior circle, got kind of choked up and couldn't really tell his story. And even sweeter than that, Cole and Caleb and Pablo got up in the circle and told his story for him. So that's what this next clip is.
The bus. We saw David in the front. So we were like, come on. We went to my house and we made a movie. And it's called Brownie Points. And we had Pickle in Space. Which then turned into Cats in the Bed. Which we play all the time.
Freaking David Hannon. I mean, God, like, we, over the past freaking 4 years, God, and every single activity, freaking musical.
I mean, I feel like I've had enough moments with this guy in the past year and a half. I was with him when he got into University of Maryland. We're in Subway. And
Yes!
I was with Hunter, Andrew, me, and him, and he's quiet for like 20 minutes, which is weird because his voice carries for miles. And he's just sort of like looking at his phone. Looking at us, looking at his phone, looking at us, I'm sitting right next to him, he goes,
Let's get sexy! Let's get sexy! My wife left me! My wife left me!
I'm not really sure how this got started, but we also did it after every show.
Let's get sexy! Yeah. Let's get sexy! Right now, everybody! My wife left me! My wife left me!
How do you feel about the overall experience of Hairspray?
This has been awesome. Like, I didn't know any of these people before I got here. I'm just like, oh, what? No friends? Like 60 of them. But this has been great. I like this.
It's good. I like this whole integration thing. It seems pretty mainstream, but I like it.
Oh my gosh. Where to start? I loved it. It's the best fun I've ever had. I love the friends that I've made, the fun, the family at Broadneck High School. It's been great. It's been real great. I'm doing it next year, the year after that, and the year after that.
It's been awesome. I met a lot of people, and they're awesome, and being on stage is really fun, especially like in new environments. It's awesome.
Well, I love this show. It really has been amazing to do. It is really an ensemble show, and it's so nice to like come to school every day and know that you're gonna go see all these people that like you wouldn't usually hang out with. So I really like it.
I had so much fun getting to know more people, and this is my first musical here at Broadneck, and it's just meeting the directors and everything. They're awesome, and yeah, it was just a great learning experience because you learn more and more every show that you know stuff.
As far as like musical, anything really in drama, it's dramatic. It gets cray, but it's still like once it's over, because you know during it you're like, this sucks. Why did I do this? And then after you're like, wow, that was really fun. Like I made a lot of new friends, and I love you guys. And then we all cry. Yeah.
It's been absolutely incredible. I've made so many friends, and just all the times that I've been able to spend with them has been great, and absolutely love every single moment of it.
This is my first ever musical, and it's the end of my first ever musical.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I think I had a great time.
You think you had a great time?
Well, you know, there's always the stress and stuff, and I was seaweed for one day, and that was stressful. There was a lot of stuff that happened that was crazy, but I think in the end, overall, I'm pretty proud of myself, and I'm proud of the whole cast. You know, we did a really good job these last 2 days. Thursday was weird. But other than that, I think we've been doing a pretty good job. I like Francis.
Oh, that's awkward.
Redneck style.
Bring my band.
I never looked inside myself, but on the outside I look pretty good. But when I am today, Tracy, I is be in love with you no matter what you do. Without love, life is like the seasons. Without summer, life is like a roll without rum. Tracy, I am forever, 'cause I never love you without love.
Dilly, what happened, girl?
She's punishing me for going to pet my dog without permission.
Well, I've come to rescue that dear fair maiden from her tower.
Oh, Seaweed, you do care.
Girl, from the first moment I saw your pretty blue eyes, I knew the colors of our skin couldn't keep us apart. But damn, these nights are something else.
Hurry, Seaweed!
Living in the gutter, black. Hear the dog I left, girl. Her skin is white as That's like a real, you can't find her.
Ba-da-ba-ba, downtown Baltimore, WZZT.